But he chose 10 because he felt these 10 should be promoted to becoming stewards in the house. The second point I need you to understand, many a times when Christ is talking about stewardship, read all the parable, it is always about money. I read 2 of the parables to you. Both of them has to do with money. When you say bring your bill, what are you talking about? It's money now. If I'm buying something for you and I say, let me have your bill, what am I asking for? How much? How much am I supposed? So when the servant in Luke 16 was saying, bring your bill, it's about money. The measure of oil is one of the ways to measure the amount a man is owing in those days. And in the Luke 19, remember he said, at least you should have put this minor in the bank so that I can earn interest. Do you understand? So he's talking majorly about money. And the other thing I want you to understand, each time Jesus is using parable, what basically he's doing is trying to use things that men and women can identify with to explain spiritual principles. Okay? So on that, let's read 16 verse 10. He said, who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much, and who is unjust in what is least is unjust in what is much. Now, what is that least thing in the kingdom? What is that least level of responsibility in the kingdom? Verse 11. Therefore, if you have been unfaithful in unrighteous mammon, who will commit to you, to your trust, the true riches? So the Bible is saying the least responsibility in the kingdom that you can have. More. What is that more? Cities. It gave them control over the lives of men. If Ambode today, people's life. So if you have failed in the least thing in the kingdom, who will commit to you the lives of men? When we ask you to pay your tithe, to pay your offering, and you find it difficult to do, you are failing in the least things. Because and you know what? At the root of it is that you think you own that money. You see, when you come to a point where you know that everything you have is not just, you are just a steward. You've been put to care for that money, for that gift. You think you got that job? Being born in Lagos alone give you an edge over that guy. And you think, you know what? I have 6 packs, I can walk. That's why I got the job. I have fine face, fine degree, first class. The Bible says this race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, but time and chance happens to them all. So at the root of stewardship is trust and not money. Stewardship involves taking risk. What was the problem of this wicked servant? And can you imagine why the Lord called him wicked servant? So each time you are mismanaging God's talents, God's resources, and I'm not going to limit it to money alone. Remember, I've said money is the least of the responsibility, stewardship responsibility in the kingdom. It means that there are higher level of responsibility. So whichever one God has committed into your hand. Why did God call him a wicked servant? I mean, he didn't do anything wicked now. He kept the money. He didn't steal it. He gave it back intact. And yet the Lord referred to him, you wicked servant. And you know, God doesn't, he doesn't play with his words. God chooses his words carefully. He called him wicked servant. He's wicked is wicked. Or is there another name for wicked? We are reading New King James Version. Will not be King James. If it's King James now, we think maybe it's New King James. So it's today's English. He called him wicked servant. To say somebody is a wicked servant, what's the next place for him? For each person, Jesus referred to as you wicked servant. What next? Cast them into the... What sin has this man committed? He has only... He collected one. He gave back one. What sin? Each time you fail to manage well, to be productive. In fact, there's a minimum standard for everything God commits into your hand. There's a minimum standard of what he wanted from it. Remember what he said is, at least put it in the bank so that I can yield interest. Okay, let me also tell you this. For every money that comes into your hand, money now, the least thing God expects you to do with it is to at least invest it into security that will at least yield interest for you. That's the least thing God expects from you in terms of money. And that also applies to every other talent. But in terms of money, if each time you have money, you must, what the standard actually is to do business with it, trade with it, labor with it, be productive with it, so that by the end of the day, there's something you are bringing out. So for all you lazy folks who comes to church to say, they give all kinds of stories, and because of that you are asking church to help you. Hey, the principle of the Bible is, he that does not work must not eat. That's it. So I think, you know what, Sister Grace, maybe these days, anybody who comes to church to say, I need money, get them to work for you. How much do you need? You need 10,000. There are works in church you should do to get that money. Especially for those who just show up out of the blue. I mean, how do you explain it? A first timer shows up and the next thing after close of service is asking for aid. Let's get him to work for it. Because we're not helping people. We think by giving people money every now and then we're helping the kingdom of God. We are helping people. Look, some of them you are not helping them. In fact, you are doing them more harm. Get them to work. One of the offense of the guy is that he's a lazy man. He failed to trade with it. He failed to do anything with it. And God called him wicked servant. So for all you lazy people who God has committed a lot of things into your hand and you refuse to work with it, you know what? I'm calling you what God calls you. You are a lazy servant. A wicked servant. How can God commit so much into your hand, so much gift and talent, so much resources, and all you do is sit down watch other labors, and all you do now is to run your mouth. You know, the guy was also running his mouth. That's their profession. They are good at running mouth. He didn't sing very well. The clothes didn't sit well on him. He's a wicked. They run mad, say all kinds of things, but to get up, get their hands dirty, roll up their sleep, they are sitting down not doing anything. You are a wicked servant.
Rich.
You know, it's not me. 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 I didn't even choose topic. But I need to tell you the truth. Do you understand? I need to tell you the truth and lay it bare. How can you have your hands intact, fully intact, your leg fully intact, your health is intact, and all you do is to do fine by all around? You are a disgrace to the kingdom of God. You are a wicked servant. God commits resources into your hands. Committed lives into your hands, and all you do with it is to play yo-yo with it. You know what they call yo-yo? It goes up, goes down, goes up. You know, we're not sure where. I mean, I've said the least expectation of God about how to handle the money He has committed into our hand is for us to put it in an interest-generating instrument. Anything less than that, as far as God is concerned, or the standard of heaven is concerned, is not even average performance. It's below average performance. The average performance is for you to put it in an interest-bearing instrument. The actual performance is for you to trade with it. It's for you to do business with it. It's for you to get up and walk. He gave you your health. That's the resources. Get up and walk. You can't get a job, create one. I finished my master's. I came back to Lagos, and I made up my mind I don't want to work in the bank. And then I couldn't get any other job, so I created one for myself. Where Zenith Bank is now is at Ogba, beside Blue Cross Hospital. That was where my office was then. In conjunction with my brother, we rented a place. We were running training, IT training, software trainings for people. We have business center. And you know where I live? I was living at Yanomero. And there are days that, you know what, I won't have money to go to work. And the best thing for me to do is to sit at home and say, you know what, I don't have money for transportation. You know what I will do? I will walk from that place down to Ogba. Why? I needed to walk. And it was in doing that, God saw my faithfulness, and somehow somebody talked about me to them at Adas Petroleum. And overnight, my life's changed. Me that was walking, and this walking, it wasn't once, it wasn't twice that I've had to walk that distance, to and fro, because I needed to get to work. God saw that faithfulness, and then somebody put in a word for me at Adas Petroleum, and overnight my life turned around. I mean, yesterday you walk, today you were on chartered flight to Calabar. We're less than 10 in the chartered flight, and they lodge you into the best hotel in Metro Hotel. It's Metro Hotel. Who are from Calabar? It's Metro Hotel, Abi. It's the best. I was lodged there. When I saw the bill after 1 month stay in that hotel, when I saw it, when I was signing, I said, why didn't I ask them to please give me the money, let me stay in one? Do you understand? And you know what? I didn't have to stay in others for 1 year. Then I went to Globalcom. My interview in Globalcom takes just 1 day. I saw the head of HR, the EDHR money. By night, they said I should come and see the chairman. By the following day, they called me to come and pick up my letter. And then they took me to customer service. Because they said, since I've been doing training, they want me to join the training team in customer service to be training people. And then part of the thing is that you have to do what they do for at least 3 months before you start training. While I was still doing that 3 months, HR and technical groups started fighting over the fact that they want me to join their team. So they took it to chairman again. You understand? And then HR won. And that was how I find myself fully in HR. But how did I start? I was walking. That distance is like 1.5 hours to 2 hours. And it's not at the bus stop I was staying. I was staying inside. You have to walk out first before you now begin the journey. Many of you will sit down and say, Akuku don't have money, so let me sit down. You see, many people look at me and say, you know what, I want what this man has now. But can you pay the price I paid? I chose, for everything I've done, I chose, if it can reflect excellence, then I'm not part of it. As people who works with me, look, even though my company is small, I used to tell people, look, how will a bigger company present this thing? I want it presented that same way, that same quality, that same level of excellence, because that speaks of the gospel, that speaks of the kingdom where I came from. Yeah. If you can't do it right, don't do it at all. You know what? If you have to do a work and they have to call you back to come and redo it, you've done a shabby job. Do it the first time and you don't have to go back to it. Do you understand? You know, at times you look at the way people behave in the kingdom as if they've been called to a lifestyle of mediocres, a lifestyle where excellence does not matter, a lifestyle where hard work it can be do away with. No, sir. In this kingdom, we work hard. In this kingdom, our principle is if you don't work, don't eat. There's lion in the field. There's whatever there. There's this there. There's this there. So I can't go out. You're a lazy man. Get out of the home. You know, one of the things I do, I look at the lives of people that I admire so much, and I said, can I profile this life and see what works for him? I'm not looking for get rich quick scheme. I'm looking for proven, tested principles that will get me results. Success don't jump on people. Wealth don't jump on people. Kisha Afomo. You know what they call Afomo? Afomo is somebody to help me. What will I call it in English? It just jump on you. You just jump on. You just suddenly realize, hey, I'm successful. It doesn't happen that way. You work consistently at the same thing to make sure you get result. You know, towards the end of last year, one of the things I started picking in the realm of the spirit was that this year there will be a massive wealth transfer. There will be massive opportunities for believers to come into wealth. But I also saw a major limitation that will stop people from coming into it. A lot of us are jobless, lazy, excuse givers. You are okay where you are, you know. And that's what will limit a lot of people from entering into what God has called them into. And you know what? For as many that are in that position today, under the sound of my voice, please let me announce to you, you're a wicked servant. God will demand accountability from you, because it's bringing huge opportunities our way, especially as a church. If you're a member of GC, there's a huge opportunity coming our way. And at the end of the year, you can't come back to me and say, I'm broke. I will not listen to you. I will not. I'm announcing now so that you hear. I will not listen to you. With that, look, you have my permission. Don't borrow anybody money. Don't. Except for people you truly see this is a genuine case. Most of them are 419s. Lazy people. Wicked servants. Potiphar just sensed by the Spirit that God was with Joseph. No. Potiphar is not a man of the Spirit. He's a man of the flesh. He's a man of sight. It is what he sees. He saw Joseph working hard. God didn't say God said, I will bless the works of your hand. Do you understand? So the man was busy working. He was diligent at his work. That was what makes Potiphar to say, this guy is diligent, he's hardworking. And everything he does, at first instance, he's doing it well. I must put something, I must put more responsibility. Then he will put one. He did that also well. He put the next one. Very good. He put the third one. You think he just woke up one night and gave him everything? No, we don't do that. Because what the guy basically did was to delegate. He was delegate one by one, until before he knows he has delegated everything within his house to Joseph. Why do you think that the Bible recorded that when the children of Israel left Egypt, that they plundered the entire land of Egypt? Why? You think because they borrowed their gold and their jewelries alone? No, they took away the skills in Egypt, because they were the one working. They were the one doing all the work. What the Egyptians were doing was to laze around, party, do all of those things, carry women and all of that. So the day the Egyptians left, the entire skills in Egypt left with them. There was nobody else who can farm. There was nobody else who can build anything. So their economy went down overnight. Why? They took away the skills. So my friend, get the skills. Get the necessary skill that will make you an excellent person in your field of endeavor. So that when you step out of it, you know what people say, you know what, this guy. I remember when I was going to leave Globalcom, my ED begged me, because we fought. I fought them when I was going to leave. They begged me to return. He said, I didn't mean it. I didn't know it would affect you. I said, so because it's affecting others and I'm the head of HR, so I should not fight for them? Sorry. Stay with your job. And because God saw my faithfulness in that company, you know what? That same month, my salary didn't stop. That same month that I said I'm resigned, that same month I started earning twice the salary they were paying me in Globalcom. And you know what? In my days in Globalcom, some of the things they will say, secret is there. When we are doing salary review, they will lock me and a colleague of mine in an ED office, chase the ED away, lock me there for 2 weeks, we'll be working. That's where we will resume, that's where we'll close from. There are things in that company that it was only me who could do it then, in HR. Why? I ensure that anything I'm learning, I learn it well. I know how to do it well. So that when, if you God decides to send angel, angel will look at, I can do this thing better than this guy. This guy has done an angelic work. Even if your responsibility is to sweep the street, do it so well that angel will get there and say, it must be one of us who has done this job. It can't be you do work and it looks like, you know what, they force you, they put a gun to your head to do it. So the reason why many of us will not enter into that rest, into that promise, into that wealth that God has made available unto us is because we fail to walk. Remember, I said time and chance happens to them all. It means your own opportunity will come. I want you to ask God for help. I want you to ask God to trust you. Remember, I said at the root of stewardship is trust. Do you trust God enough to be the one and only supplier? Do you look up to Him for your sustenance? Or do you look up to your boss? Do you look up to your job? Father, we thank you. We give you glory, we give you honor. Thank you for your faithfulness. Thank you for your grace. Thank you, Father. Peradventure, you want me to pray with you? I just have 2 minutes more and I'm out of here. Peradventure, you want me to pray with you? You can quickly come to the front and we just say a word of prayer together. If not,
be it unto me according to your word, according to your promises, I can stand secure, cast upon my heart the truth that sets me free, according to your words, O Lord. Ushers, you can wait on us for the offering. To me, according to your word, according to your promises, I can stand secure, cast upon my heart the truth that sets me free, according to your words, O Lord, be it unto me. And that's what I want, Lord, be it unto me, according to your word. Oh, thank you, Lord, according to your promise, promises, I can stand secure. Oh Lord, cast upon my heart the truth that sets me